Hmm. Okay. So obviously, with regards to making that will, then you've not got one in place at the moment. Now, it is sometimes easier to do everything like this at the same time as doing equity release to get it out of the way in one hit. Things like this can also be included within the cost of the equity release and worked into my recommendation. So obviously, if you wanted to look at making a will, we have sister companies that we work with that I can refer you to, and sort of build the cost of that into my recommendation.
Yes, that'd be good.
Yeah, so to do the will, it's for a basic will, it's £295. So if I build that into the 80,000, would you be happy with that?
Yes, I would.
Yeah. Okie dokie. So I'll just make a note of that. There's also another thing that goes hand in hand with equity release is power of attorney.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Do you know what lasting power of attorney is?
Somebody who sorts everything out when you die.
It's not necessarily when you die. What it is, a lasting power of attorney is someone who helps you with things when you're still alive if you lose mental capacity.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so basically it's a legal document that lets you appoint one or more people to make decisions on your behalf if you do lose mental capacity. But the crucial thing is it can only be made when you are fit and well.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So, do you understand what would happen if you lost mental capacity and didn't have a lasting power of attorney in place?
I would imagine that my house would be sold and I'd be put into residential care.
Who do you think would do that for you?
I can only imagine the council or whoever, I don't know.
See if you've got any friends, family, anyone that may step in and help you. Now, let's say if you had a friend that could help manage your finances for you if you lost mental capacity, what would happen is whoever would do that for you would have to apply to what's called the Court of Protection just to get access to your bank account to pay bills and things like that for you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which to apply to the Court of Protection to be able to do these things is very costly. It costs about £5,000 a time with the help of a solicitor. However, if you had lasting power of attorney in place, you could nominate someone that you're close to, and you could nominate them, do the lasting power of attorney when you're fit and well. Then if anything happened in terms of you losing mental capacity, they would automatically get access to your bank account, your bills, and be able to sort things for you so that potentially you may not end up losing your house.
Yeah, okay, I'll have to think about that one, because at the minute I don't know who it would be.
Yeah. So do you agree that it would be quite an important thing to have in place?
Yeah, I agree.
So you'd need to have a think of who you'd want that to be and see if you can get them to agree to do that, to step in and do that for you if the worst was to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it includes things like if you were to lose mental capacity from dementia or, God forbid, a car accident, anything like that. And stuff like, do you remember Michael Schumacher?
Oh, yeah.
Went on a skiing trip and probably the fittest, healthiest person you could think of, went on a skiing trip, hit a rock and ended up losing mental capacity. So for him, the lasting power of attorney didn't really matter because his wife was able to step in and do everything. It would have cost her a fortune to get access to everything and go to the Court of Protection, but they have that sort of money available. But, the average person doesn't have £5,000 a time to get access to your bank account.
No, obviously.
So with regard to the lasting power of attorney, I can also build that into to my recommendation. If you're happy for me to do that, you don't need to think of anyone right now.
No,
you've got plenty of time, but if you're happy for me to build that into my recommendation as well, I can do.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so just to let you know, the lasting power of attorney, the cost of that is for the solicitor to put that in place for you. They would do a home visit, the same with the will as well. It'd be £745, and that would just be built into your equity release amount.
Okay.
Okay. Now, with regards to long-term care, do you have the funds to cover the cost of long-term care without the sale of your property should you need it in the future?
Probably not, no.
No? Okay. Same with most people, to be honest. And is long-term care provision currently a priority for you at all?
Well, not at the moment, no.
Not at the moment. Okay, that's fine. Right, and then in terms of your funeral, how would your funeral costs be paid in the event of your death?
Well, from the sale of the house, I suppose,
From the
unless I
sale
do a
of the
plan
house.
or something.
Yeah, have you ever thought of a funeral plan?
No, but it is something I need to do, yeah.
Mm-hmm. With regards to a funeral plan, I personally think a funeral plan is a really good idea because it protects you from the rising costs of funerals. So if you did a funeral plan, you'd pay whatever it costs now for that funeral plan, and then if the cost of the funeral, let's say if you died in 20 years' time and the cost of the funeral might have doubled by then, you wouldn't then have to pay that because you've already paid for it at today's prices.
Okay, yeah.
So it protects you from rising prices, and it just means that obviously if you died and wanted the sale of your property to pay for your funeral, for the money to come through from your property, it could take months, even years, depending on how long it would take your property to sell and then all go through. But obviously you would want a funeral by that point.
Yes, yeah.
So whoever would arrange your funeral, it would have to come out of their pocket unless you had a funeral plan in place.
Okay.
What I can do, I can email you a brochure for funeral plans.
Yeah,
there's different levels of it, so you can choose the type of coffin, you can choose just different elements of your funeral, whether you'd want a basic package, a medium package, a higher package. They're all detailed on the brochure, so if I emailed that through to you, just so you can see what they're all about and some rough prices, and then when you've looked at that, we can decide whether you'd want to have that built into the equity release as well.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah? Okie dokie. Right, so in terms of future changes, things that may or may not happen in the future, just to get your take on those, what do you believe will happen with house values in the future? Do you think they change or stay the same, go up, go down?
Yeah.
You think they'll continue to go up?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Do you see any changes in the future with regard to your assets or liabilities? Are you expecting an inheritance coming in from anybody at all?
No.
No. Okay. And are you expecting to pay off the equity release plan at any point, or just when the sale of your property when you die or go into long-term care?